The Cherry Creek Sports Network with the Colorado High School Activities Association is proud to bring you Colorado High School Lacrosse on CCSN. It's a good matchup on a beautiful Thursday night. It's Cherry Creek and Denver Easton. Hi, everybody, with the freshman Lotan Chani. I'm Benjamin Paris. Lotan, a matchup between Cherry Creek and Denver East tonight. A beautiful night. Cherry Creek only one loss this season. They're coming in on a 3-game winning streak. How you feeling about the game tonight?
I'm pretty excited to watch this game. It's going to be a battle. Hopefully Cherry Creek comes out with the win. You know, East is 2-4.
If you had to pick one player to watch for Cherry Creek tonight, who's it going to be?
Freshman Ollie Nolting, number 21.
We're going to be talking a lot more about him as the game goes on. Lotan, your first ever broadcast on the mic. How are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm kind of nervous, but it'll wear off by near the end of the game.
Face Off coming up next right here on CCSN. Stick with us. Hi, everybody, back alongside Lotan Chani. I'm Benjamin Paris as we get ready for the opening faceoff coming up in just a little bit right here on CCSN. A recap of Cherry Creek's season so far coming in tonight, number 4 ranked in the state, 7-1 with their only loss coming to Valor Christian in an 8-9 affair. Lotan, they've been playing some really solid lacrosse. They made an appearance in the semifinal last year. But the coaches still think this team still has a lot of potential. They haven't played their best lacrosse yet.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. You know, they come off a loss on Valor, then kind of bounce back, have a 3-game win streak, and coming into today looking for another win.
As we get ready for starters, Cherry Creek coming off a nice 8-6 win over Colorado Academy on Tuesday night. They're back here tonight against Denver East, of course, and leading away for the Brewers, well, we expect it to be Thomas Power. He signed and committed to Colorado College yesterday on signing night. The guy's averaging a hat trick a game, 3 goals a game. I mean, he's an absolute powerhouse. He leads the team with 25 goals this season. Ben Gruber, Harry Maloney, both scorers with double-digit goals. Playing a 2-4 team doesn't mean you're playing a bad team, but do you expect to see a lot of scoring tonight?
Yeah, I think this will be a high-scoring game. I mean, both teams are pretty good on offense and have some pretty powerful players on both sides of the ball, so I'm expecting a lot.
Going to be Will Stewart, and across from him, number 21, Sam Perez for the Angels. A good goaltending matchup as well. Stewart just allowing a little bit under 8 goals a game, while Perez 8.4. It's going to be a defensive battle, we think. We think there's going to be a lot of scoring. We'll see we'll find out what's going to happen next as we get ready for the opening faceoff for the Bruins, taking it Sawyer Brewer, the senior Fogo as they call him. And he's across from Wyatt Rickert of Denver East. Here we go from the Stutler Bowl. Opening faceoff is won by Brewer, as Cherry Creek will get the offense set up for the first time tonight, as Brewer's going to run down the near sideline and take it behind the cage. As he flips to Thomas Power, the leading scorer. Power! Got it! 17 seconds in, the Bruins are on the board, and Thomas Power has his 26th goal of the season.
Thomas Power is really a powerhouse coming in, scoring 17 seconds into the game. That's very impressive.
As Brewer got that opening faceoff, took it straight down this near sideline and right to Power, and that was pretty much it as the Bruins take the early 1-0 lead. A quick start for Power and the Bruins. As Brewer will be awarded that faceoff, and he'll be 2 for 2 on the evening. As Brewer was looking for Nick Corsi, who couldn't quite get it, and with the ball at midfield, can't step over there, and East will get the ball, as now they'll have a chance on offense for the first time. As Bavard with it, wearing number 42, as he'll dump off. As Freeman went to Pickford, and then he moved it to his left. Pickford gets it back. And it comes to Bavard. As East just working around the Cherry Creek perimeter to begin this one. As here's Freeman. And he'll dump back. As it comes to Pickford. Pickford will send it behind the cage for Axel Hernandez. Hernandez whips it to his right. As cutting in, a shot and a goal. Scotty Bavard. He ties it out 1. An offensive possession for each team, a goal for each team as well. And Lotan, we were thinking it might be a game of goals tonight.
Yes, we were. Dodging down the cage, going down the alley, and scoring right over Will's head.
Very well put. Alex Fredrich coming out for the face-off this time for Cherry Creek after Brewer won the opening 2.
Two very strong Fogos switching off mostly during the game.
So as East gets the possession, it's Sam Morgan. Gets around 2 Cherry Creek Bruins as he's going to cut in. Here he comes down the lane, and it's knocked out of his stick. A good check by the Bruins. That was Corsi with an excellent reception. As here Corsi with some speed. Whips it to his left. A shot. It's saved. A good save by Perez after the shot came from Ollie Nalting. As East will get it back. Racing downfield is Stockton. As Stockton missed the intended receiver of the pass. And Brody Fisher collects for the Bruins. Just over 2 minutes in the opening quarter. We're tied at 1 as Cherry Creek will get the offensive personnel onto the field. As backdoor. A nice fake out move as Owen. And the Bruins will retain possession as Gruters. Not a lot of movement out there for the Bruins as Gruber will go behind the cage at X. And another shot by Power. As Powers will take it in from the sideline and get things restarted. 8:42 to go in the opening quarter. It's Ben Gruber, rather. As Grubes was looking for who I believe is Power indeed, and now a battle for who's going to get the ground ball, and it comes up in the stick of Wade Janik, the junior of the Angels, rather. As Schroeder will get it across field, and then he'll go off. And it looks like it may have been offside. As the Bruins trying to clear, and they do. Jess goes over the stick of Hirsch, but he'll collect. As Quade Hirsch gives it to Luke Shinnefield. And now Bowler. Cherry Creek switching a lot of the personnel early, getting a lot of different people on the field. So Bowler's going to drive in. And he was looking for Shinnefield, who couldn't quite handle the pass, and East will get it back. Still tied at 1. We had 2 quick goals, and now some lengthier possessions, as each team scored on their opening offensive possession. Nothing since. As East working it back in, it's Bavard, the goal scorer for the Angels. Scotty will move it to his left. And now working down the far side of the field. Crossfield pass. Bavard couldn't handle it. And some good stick work by the Bruins, and they do handle the ground ball. Comes up to Logan Lee, as Lee will take it across field. So now Lee's going to have to back off, but you like to see the long pull on offense. As Silva goes off. So Nalting's back out there. Nalting to Burke. Back to Nalting. As Gruters will take it at the top. Cherry Creek will set up the offense. Gruder picking up speed. Takes a quick dodge. Gruder moves it to his left. Nalting. Into the lane. And it's Ben Gruber.
Beautiful goal by the Bruins. Looking to switch the momentum up. 2-1 Cherry Creek.
As Gruber will get his first of the game, his 16th of the season, will be our first goal, and just under 5 minutes. As the Bruins take an early advantage, and Fredrich is going to go back out there. As Fredrich, winning just about 64% of his faceoffs this season, doesn't win that one. As East will try to work it out of their end, and Perez will start the clear. So Perez is going to work upfield with his defense. And it looks like Denver East takes the timeout before their time to get upfield will expire. Just over halfway through the first quarter. 2-1 your score. Lotan, what have you noticed so far?
I've noticed that, Cherry Creek is really led by a lot of seniors this year. A few freshmen coming in, including Ollie Nolting, number 2.
Expect for him to be making an impact tonight, as he has all season long. Little brother of Asher, who of course is at High Point. We'll talk about him all night long. One of the greatest players to ever come out of this program. Expecting some big things out of him, including a PLL draft pick down the road, and pretty high draft pick is what we're thinking.
Yeah, hopefully first round. You know, he definitely has the talent to go first round, but we'll see where it leads him.
Of course, there's PLL connections all over this field when you look at Coach Bachlet, Coach Clausen, and Cherry Creek has always been so lucky to have some coaches that are so really just high up in the Colorado lacrosse community and the national lacrosse community for that matter. And, you know, all the players just love being in the presence of such amazing head coaches.
Yeah, learning a lot off and on the field, becoming better players and persons.
Coming out of the timeout, East is going to try to get it across midfield, and Kevin Pickford will begin as he'll send it back to the goalkeeper. As East was able to thread a pass, and we're going to have our first flag of the game. It's going to be on the Bruins. What a save there by Stewart. As a ground ball going to be handled by Cherry Creek, and we're going to have our first penalty of the game as East is going to get ready to go a man up.
Pretty powerful guy, you know, standing at a pretty tall, you know, probably 6'2", 6'3", Jack Kiefer, pushing someone in the back. It's never gonna feel, you know, too nice.
So Kiefer will go off. East will get the man-up advantage and have a chance to tie this one at 2. As Pickford with it. Up top as East going to get everybody a touch. They're looking to thread it to Gioa inside. As ball on the ground, Creek had a chance to get it. And Grommeyer is able to recover. They find Gioa. And a low shot, it's in. Scotty Bavard gets his second of the game. He elected to go low, and he got it.
Beautiful shot, low to low. Swinging it underhand right under our goalie's legs.
As Stewart just puts his hands on his hips. A really nice place shot on that lower left-hand side of the cage. We're tied at 2, 4:40 to go in the opening quarter on this Thursday night. Thanks for taking some time to join us on CCSN. And Brewer was out there for the faceoff, went back behind his legs as Stewart's going to play, and he's going to win it. An aggressive play by Stewart, and it pays off as upfield will come the Bruins, and they get it across. A good play there by Kiefer. Kiefer still with it. All the way down to the offensive end, and now he'll turn around. As the ball just goes over the stick of Power. Couldn't quite get that one, as it was perhaps airmailed. An error there for the Bruins, as now East will have a chance to capitalize. As Schroeder got it down low, and there's Hernandez from X. Hernandez sends it back for Pickford. As Pickford goes back and forth with Bavard, who has both the Denver East goals, looking for a third in just the first quarter alone. It's Gioa with it. Got it to Bavard. Right into the lane, and Hernandez set it wide. That was a dangerous opportunity. As East will go back to work. 3:20 to go in the first quarter. We're still tied at 2. As Pickford trying to move on in. Defended well by the Bruins, and they score. As Pickford on the board now.
Denver East is really bringing up the momentum. Coming off 2 goals, down by 1. Now takes the lead 3-2.
3:08 to go in the first quarter. Denver East with the 1-goal lead. 2 from Bavard and now 1 for Pickford. Bruins trail by 1 as Brewers back out there for the faceoff. As Brewer went down low. And East is going to get the ball. As Bavard into the lane, a shot, and it's a goal. Jackie Freeman this time for the Angels, and now they have the 2-goal lead.
Swinging it down the middle, shooting it low, low and away. That's a beautiful goal.
He was left wide open down the lane, was in the right place at the right time. And that's a pretty tough stop that Stewart's forced to make, and not that time. So it looks like each faceoff guy for Cherry Creek is taking 2, and then the next one goes. As Fredrich is back out there after Brewer took the last 2.
2 very talented young men.
As Fredrich able to handle that one, and Cherry Creek going to go back onto the offense. Hirsch to Power. And back to Fredrich as he's going to head off after he delivers to Gruber. And it looks like Fredrich actually remains out there, as now he'll finally head off as the Bruins get everyone they want at it, so Gruber will just wait. So they were waiting for Nalting to come on on the top of your screen. Nalting with it now. We'll get it at the top for Gruters. Gruters back over. As from X, it comes to Power. It's Power down the lane. Takes a shot, and he scores. Power has his second. Bruins still trail by 1.
Again, low and away. Perfect shot. Very hard for a goalie to stop.
So after East went on a 3-0 run, the Bruins finally respond and see if they can go on a run of their own to try to tie this one up with 2:05 to go in the first quarter. As Sam Morgan and the Bruins take it away. Downfield trying to get some numbers with speed. It came to Logan Lee. And still a battle for it. Looks like East comes away with it, but it's checked by the Bruins, and it's in the stick of Power. It's Powers, Gruder, and Nalting all taking turns. And it comes to Gruber. As Nalting went to Gruber, and Cherry Creek surveying. Scruters down the far side of the field. Just over a minute to go in the first quarter. Bruins trail by 1. out in front. They're looking for Power. He's coming right down the lane. And Bruins came over the center line. But now they have a chance. Can they capitalize on this ground ball? They can. And it was Thomas Fisher, the senior. And a nice pass downfield to Nalting as Grubes. Gruber will take a step back before he moves back in. And not quite sure what happened there as East gets it back. Just about a half minute to go. East still with that 1-goal lead. As Hudgens, with it under 20 seconds to go, they're trying to get one more before the end of the quarter. Back behind the cage. East looking for someone to cut. And now the Bruins will get it back.
Yeah, the Bruins will take it back after a step in the crease.
Power with one more chance. As 1 second to go, Bruins don't get a shot off. And that will bring us to the end of quarter number 1. It started quick and then it ended kind of quick with some longer possessions in between, but East has the 4-3 lead over the Cherry Creek Bruins as we're going to take a quick break right here on CCSN. I'm Benjamin Paris as we get ready for quarter 2 action. Bruins trail by 1. Lawton, we saw quite a few turnovers in the opening quarter. How do you think that helped or hurt either team?
I definitely think that it's not something that Creek normally does, you know, coming in at 7-1, only losing to Valor. But I feel like Denver East, with turning over the ball, they can't have a lot of turnovers coming in to try and beat Creek. But I do think that a few turnovers won't cost them the game, winning 4-3 right now.
Some first quarter mistakes, as you might see in any game, as the Bruins will try to tighten up as quarter number 2 begins and moving forward as Nalting, very deep, will move in. Nalting will take the shot and he scores! Nalting gets his first of the game.
Splitting left, putting it low and away. Beautiful goal.
The freshman gets his first of the game, and we're tied at 4. And give Nalting his 9th of the season, just a goal away from breaking double digits. As Brewer's out there, wins the faceoff. Here comes Brewer with some speed. And he might have taken off a little too early. As Brewer will have to back up just about 20 yards, and now he'll move back in. It's Brewer with speed to his left. Leaves for Harry Maloney. And Maloney now to Brooks Power, little brother of Thomas. See, do we got 2 Powers out there now? Looking for Thomas. There's Thomas. So both the powers out there. So the Bruins still trying to set up. And on the far side of the field, a good move by Bowler. It's Bowler cutting in. Gives it to Vandervelde, and it's saved by Perez. As Power trying to whack at it to get it back, and the Bruins get the ground ball. As Power, who already has 2 in this game.
Great effort by 38 Mason Vandervelde, freshman, winning that ball and giving it to Power to pick up.
As Bowler lost it. But Burke was able to get it back, but then it's taken out of his stick. A nice check for the Bruins. And it is taken back by Brian Bowler. Bruins doing a very good job rebounding after their mistakes in the offensive end right now. They've had the ball for almost all of this quarter. 2.5 minutes in. Tied up 4s, they're going to reset the offense. And a good move around the defender. As here's Maloney. Maloney moves it to his left. And down low is Burke. Back in front, fake shot. Look at these moves from Power. As Power recovers. Brooks Power behind the cage. And with some very aggressive defense, Burke is handling it well. As Burke with a nice shot. Was going to be over the cage, but Perez put his stick on it.
East coming down the field with momentum.
As Jordan cleared, and now he'll go off. As East gets the offense out there. Tied up 4, 8:25 to go in this first half in what has so far been a very good game between Cherry Creek and Denver East. As Brevard had an opening for just a moment, but he sends it behind the cage. Comes back to the near side for Freeman. As Freeman got a little bit of a pick. And Pickford will move it to his right. As East goes all around the horn. It's Freeman for Pickford. Pickford moving in. Pickford into the lane. And a good shot after a good shot from Hernandez.
Beautiful save by Stewart, using his helmet to collide with the ball and knock it out.
That's what we call a hedge-up play. It's down low, Hernandez. As Pickford is going to be set down to the ground, and the Bruins are able to take it back. And look at that, Hirsch coming upfield with a ton of speed. This Bruins looking down low. It's going to be a race, and we're going to have another flag.
Looks like a late hit after the pass was missed. Aggressive play by Denver East. They're going to have to do something as a change to beat Cherry Creek.
And now Cherry Creek will have their first man-up advantage of the game. East had one earlier, and they capitalized on it. Cherry Creek looking to score their third goal in a row, just under 7 minutes to go in the second quarter.
It's looking like momentum will win you this game. I mean, 3-goal East, and then a 2-goal deficit by Creek.
So the Bruins looking to get back on top for the first time since I believe it was 2-1. They might have been back 2-1. They haven't had a lead since it was 1-0. So it goes through the stick of Maloney. Oh, and that shot's off the post. Now a battle for it, and still on the ground. Looks like it comes out, and it's the Bruins' ball.
Beautiful lefty shot by Harry Maloney. You got to watch out for those. Not a lot of people are lefties.
Snalting will take back in as the clock restarts. So the Bruins still with some time left on this man up. It's Maloney, left-handed. That one could be wide to the right of the cage. Fisher from behind. So the Bruins creeping in a little bit. Here's another shot. That one wide as well. Bruins will still stay with it. As Fisher's been running this man up from X. And East is going to win the battle for that one. A good heads-up play by Perez. And that'll do it for Cherry Creek's man up. Still tied at 4 after East was able to kill it. And East will take a timeout as Schroeder was met with some Cherry Creek pressure trying to get it across the field. 4-4, haven't seen a goal since Cherry Creek tied it at the very beginning of the quarter. Been a pretty defensive quarter.
Yeah, I really expected this quarter to be more offensive, as the first quarter was kind of starting off fast and going slow for a few possessions and going back fast.
A lot of ground balls, some turnovers and mistakes that some enforced, some unenforced. But we assume it's going to clean up as things go on, but if it doesn't, Cherry Creek could be in some danger.
Yeah, Cherry Creek has never really, facing a challenge is valor, but not coming into this game expecting Denver East to put up such a fight.
Once again, the Bruins' last matchup on Tuesday, an 8-6 win. A nice 2-goal victory at Colorado Academy. Before that, last Friday night, back here at the Stutler Bowl, an 11-8 win over Arapahoe. Looking to extend their win streak to 5 rather. In this league game between number 4 Cherry Creek and unranked Denver East. East just looking for their 3rd win of the season. Cherry Creek trying to go 8-1. So East will have the ball coming out of the timeout, looking to build their lead back up, as after it was as many as 2. And the Bruins looking for their first lead since it was 1-0, just 17 seconds into the game. Three different goal scorers for each team. Bavard has 2. Both guys will try to finish off the first half hat trick. As a great poke check was made. And that was Matt Curtin with credit for that one, as Curtin with the ball.
Offsides play. Kiefer crossed over the line right before Mitty could come right over. Referee calls offside.
Thanks, Loton. As another Cherry Creek error. East has been doing a pretty good job of capitalizing those, including their one-man-up advantage so far. Coming down the far side of the field is Hudgens. As Hudgens moved all the way in, and Cherry Creek is going to have another penalty called against them. As Pickford, penalty. As East will have a chance to continue this possession, and if they come up empty-handed, they'll have the man up coming their way as well.
Creek looking to play some aggressive D here, being man down, trying to keep Denver East from putting it to 5-4.
Trying to go 2 for 2 and get the lead back after Cherry Creek has scored 2 unanswered. It's East moving the ball very quickly. Comes to Hudgens. Hudgens back up top. Pickford gave it to Bavard. Bavard has 2 already. Is Bavard going to be on the top of your screen? Bavard back to Pickford. Looks like the man up has expired, as Cherry Creek has all 6 back out there. So now they'll attempt to clear, and some good defense there not to let East score on the man up.
Beautiful defense there from Connor Rule, trying to keep him down, letting the man down come up to even.
As Gruber flying straight in, Gruber shoots, creeped through the crease, but turned aside wide. And we have a flag behind the play. With their second man-up opportunity, their first of the quarter. Didn't score on their first chance. A goal here would be big. It'd be their 3rd in a row, but the momentum from those other 2 seemed to have maybe cooled off a little bit.
Yeah, not a very fast-paced game. Coming into 3 minutes left in the second.
Gruber moved it to Power. As Nalting will get it on top. 2 is left for Maloney. As he was looking for Nalting again, now it's going to be a play at midfield. And it was scooped back into the offensive end, and that will do it for another Cherry Creek man up. 0 for 2 to begin the night. It's a good check there, but staying on his feet. But the Bruins get it back after a nice stick check followed up by that check.
Beautiful check by Logan Lee, knocking the whole stick out of the Denver East player. Picking up the ball and clearing it out.
Back and forth now as East looking to set up. Here's Freeman as Freeman's flying in there. And he's kept outside. A good play there by Curtin. Only 1 goal so far in this quarter. It came from Cherry Creek within the first 2 minutes, as now we're inside the final 2. A very quiet quarter of Lacrosse, so we're tied at 4. Shot low, saved by Stewart, handled easily after the stop from Gioa. It's back across field, Curtin to clear. Curtin with the long pole. And Cherry Creek going to take a timeout, trying to get the lead back before they send it into the locker room. 1:24 remains. Lilton, what do you think Coach Bachlet's saying in the huddle right now to ensure that Cherry Creek is able to capitalize before they and get the lead before they go to the locker room?
I think they're going to run a fast-paced offense, try and get maybe a step down from 18, 10 out, really get it to one of their best guys, look for an open shot, and try and score and capitalize before the halftime.
Lilton, you're a natural. It's his first ever broadcast. You could barely know at home. Doing great, bud.
Thank you.
He's got all the lacrosse down. I heard, so Lilton, which lacrosse team are you on here at Creek?
I'm on JV. It's only my first year, but it's really fun.
And what position are you playing? I know you had a game earlier today. Tell us some more.
I'm sitting at midi.
Nice.
I was going to play attack, but I got moved to midi. I got whacked in an area that doesn't feel very great to get whacked in. So I decided to switch myself to midi. But, yeah, lacrosse is a fun sport. I got attached. I'm hitting the wall every night trying to get better.
Nice. You guys played Denver East today as well?
Yeah.
What was the score of that game?
I'm pretty sure we won 9-1, was it?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
A dominant victory for Lilton and the squad.
Good game for us. Just coming off a double OT game against Regis.
How'd that one end?
Double OT win from us.
There you go. Some dramatics. Are you excited? When's the Civil War game?
The Civil War game's at the end of the season.
That one's usually a fan favorite.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun game.
Coming out of the timeout, under 80 seconds to go now, 1:15. As Cherry Creek trying to send it to the locker room with the lead. Power was trying to take the corner, knocked out of his stick. Power going to cut in again, around some defenders. Power zigzagging and dancing out there. And they were trying to look back for Silva, and can Silva recover on the sideline? No, East will have the ball back with under a minute to go. If either team is able to score before halftime, it could be huge. As we've been tied for almost this entire quarter, and it comes out of bounds. Cherry Creek's going to have an opportunity after it couldn't be handled by Wade Janicki. Or Janik, rather. It's Maloney. And he's in the crease. 45 seconds to go and counting. As Perez, the little bounce pass to Jan left. There's a nice little jab step there from Freeman. 25 seconds to go. Plenty of time for East to get another shot or two off. They want to head to the locker room up 5-4. It's Kevin Pickford. Behind the net. At top as Hudgens was looking for it. Cherry Creek with some good defense. Come back to Freeman, and that'll do it on the first half. A pretty low-scoring first half. We didn't see a
pretty sloppy game for Cherry Creek. I wouldn't say sloppy, but more of aggressive, and there's a lot of turnovers, a lot of ground balls, and I do think that if Cherry Creek wants to win this game, they're going to have to pick it up. Denver East is coming into this game hot with a lot of energy, a lot of momentum, trying to beat number 4 ranked, I'm pretty sure, Cherry Creek.
That's right. So teams are going to head to the locker room for a break. We're going to take one as well. Second half action coming up next right here on CCSN. Hi, everybody, and welcome to half number 2 action right here on CCSN between Cherry Creek and Denver East. Through one half, we're still tied at 4, and we haven't seen a goal in a very long time, Loton. And, the latest goal, I think, was Ollie Nalting, rather, over 10 minutes ago. So, Bruins with the ball to begin the quarter as they try to finally break this 4-4 tie. Some first half stats. Bruins are 0 for 2 on the man up as Denver East is 1 for 2. The Bruins are on the middle of a 2-0 scoring run. Rather than a run, just 2 goals in a row for the Bruins. But if they make it 3, then you might be able to consider it a run, and Bruins might be able to open half with some second half momentum. What a save! A bouncing shot. Perez was able to handle it from low to high. Shot came from Ben Gruber.
As a Denver East goalie, you really have to have a spectacular game to keep out a lot of creek shots.
Also, goaltending change for the Bruins. Peyton Burney looks to be out there now. And him and Stu have been splitting time all season long. I think it's Will Stewart who came in with maybe 3 minutes more played the entire season, but they've both played almost 200 minutes, and Stewart with his first half performance has now played over 200 for the season. And Burney out there now. Bruins have the ball in their own defensive end as they work to clear. As Fisher absorbed a hit, sent it across, and Cherry Creek is going to have a man-up opportunity coming. Is Gruber going to set up the offense? So you see the flag right by Brady Gruters. So the Bruins would love a goal here. It's now been a whole quarter since anyone scored as Gruters tosses the flag out of the way. And now he'll get the ball.
Cherry Creek really trying to be patient here, looking for the best shot they can possibly have. Coming in on a man-up right after this.
And Gruters' defender just overcommitted as now he has to play catch-up. And ball on the ground, finally in the stick of Denver East. And the Bruins have their third man-up opportunity of the game coming. 0 for 2 to begin. It's about time. Third time's the charm.
Looking to convert. Trying to put some numbers up on the scoreboard. We haven't had a goal in over like 10 minutes, quarter. Really thought this was going to be a fast-paced game. It's
locked at 4. The Bruins will now have the advantage. 6 on 5 in the offensive end. Here's Gruters. So he went back and forth with Power. Now he goes to Gruber. Now behind the net. Back to Power, to Gruters now. Here's a shot, it's saved. Perez has been up to the task all night, but coming up with some key saves and keeping East in this tie game. There's a ball high up into the air, right down the lane. Bruins come up with a shot, score!
Catch and turnaround shot by Ollie Nolting, freshman on varsity. Beautiful, beautiful shot.
Second of the game. The Bruins finally have the lead back. That's their third goal in a row after a little bit of a broken play. Ball was coming high from the far side corner behind the cage, and Nolting was there, and what a turnaround shot. Ollie Nolting, when anyone else to do it, is a senior.
It's very impressive. You know, coming out on the big lights, playing big teams, big players, especially as a freshman, not having any background experience. It's awesome.
You ever play under the lights, Loton?
In flag football in like 4th grade, I had
that's
few games here.
the only time I ever did it here either.
Those were some electrifying moments.
That's when I knew I would one day become a broadcaster, when I peaked playing flag football.
Yeah, flag football is probably my prime in sports.
I always convinced quarterback. Don't really have the arm for that. would kick field goals out here after some of our games. I thought I'd one day become a kicker. I did not. And, yeah, this broadcasting thing kind of worked out.
Yeah.
But Loton still has a very good athletic career in front of him. Two-sport athlete. I think we got to find you a winter sport. You could be a three-sport athlete.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure dive is a winter sport. Is it? Spring.
For girls, spring for the boys. So Loton's got freshman football in the fall. TBD you could wrestle.
I did try wrestling, but I'm pretty sure it cuts into the lacrosse season a little bit.
Okay.
With preseason lacrosse things.
What should we got to get you doing something in the winter. Guys, could Loton play hockey? Any nods in the booth? Yeah? Loton could put – you ever skated, Loton?
I skated one time with my friends up at pond hockey.
Oh,
you know.
okay. Okay.
I was pretty gross.
Where else could we put Loton in the winter? I think you should try wrestling. No one else – is there that many kids in your weight class? I think you could just win all the way to state.
I actually did try wrestling this year. There's a few really good juniors who are in my weight class.
Really?
Yeah, I would have to beat them to, become a really good wrestler. But I mean, I think I could take on the basketball stage. I'm being a pretty tall guy.
If you saw the pregame open, you can see Loton's height. Back to the action. Denver East now with a 1-goal deficit. First time they were down since it was 1-0 in favor of the Bruins. Just under 9 minutes to go in this third quarter.
Cherry Creek really trying to play that aggressive defense and get the ball back.
And they do. Connor Rule comes up with it as he dumps it off to Jack Kiefer, who'll clear. Oh, I'd love to see Kiefer take a shot here. Looks like he might have to. He's staying out there for the moment. Kiefer's taking his position right beside the cage. And Kiefer, looking for the ball, was right at the top of the lane. And with that long ball, you're always able to get a little something extra on it. As Burke with the ball on the near side. And Kiefer finally backed off. As Shinnefield to Silva. As Silva down the near sideline. Under 8 minutes to go. Bruins with the 5-4 lead. Have scored 3 goals in a row, trying to make it 4. Perhaps build some momentum. Only team to score so far in this half. And a missed pass or race for the ball on the far side is won by the Bruins. What a chase down by Brody Fisher. As Fisher and Bowler and the Bruins are able to keep the offensive possession rolling. Bowler around his man. As Silva trying to get it back. Here's Dylan Silva, moves it to his left. Looking for a lane was Burke. And it's knocked out of Burke's stick, but the Bruins win another race to the ball. Look at that play by Thomas Power. So the Bruins keep going on offense. They've had the ball for now just about 2 minutes. The Bruins call out the offense. They change plays. Shinnefield will run up and down the sideline. As Shinnefield moves it to his right. Pass is handled indeed and then knocked out of the stick of Bowler. But he gets it back. Through the crease, down low. Another save by Perez.
Perez having a spectacular game, making saves high and low.
And it very easily could be 8, maybe 9-4 Cherry Creek, but Perez has been making some awesome saves. So the Bruins get the ball back at midfield. Here could be a chance with the long pull, and it's a goal! Logan Lee, the defenseman, gets on the board, and now it's a 2-goal cushion for the Bruins.
That's always the goal you want to see, a long pull coming down from defense, dragging it out, and putting it down high to low.
So the Bruins were able to force a turnover at midfield, and Logan Lee came straight down with some speed, and the rest is now just a point on the board. .5:45 to go, over halfway through this third quarter. The Bruins 2 goals this quarter, as East still looking for their first of the second half. As Corsi send it from back behind the cage. It's Thomas Power behind now. Gives it to Burke, as Burke just sends it back for Gruber. So Gruber will move to his right, gets a pick, and just keeps going to his right as Brewer after the pick will head off. Back to Powers. Powers smothered by some defenders, and ball down low is handled by Perez as he'll bring it back into the crease. Under 5 to go now in the third quarter, where the Bruins now have a 2-goal lead at 6-4. A long pass and a reception by Freeman, as Freeman takes the shot, and I'm not sure if Bernie got a piece of it. Nonetheless, East will stay with it, but they don't have their offense on the field yet, as now the wall coming in the offensive end and into the attacking zone.
Amazing pass by Perez. Looks like 30, 40 yards straight to the attack stick.
Freeman came down the reception, almost had the chance for a goal. All but to Bavard. Bavard had 2 in the first quarter, has been quiet since. East will miss the pass. Bruins will get it back.
Looking for a clear. Coming down with the ball. Chase Gentry. Bringing it up to the top. Corsi with it.
It's Corsi on the far side of the field. As what looks to be Boulder will come on. Corsi got a mini pick. Corsi takes a shot. It was blocked and never got through to the goal. As now racing upfield is Amasic. And now East with quite a few turnovers in the neutral zone. Here comes Lee again. He had the long pole goal earlier. And now he's going to peel back. Just about 3 minutes to go in this third quarter. Bruins with the 2-goal lead. We started this quarter tied at 4. Bruins on a 4-goal run dating back to the very beginning of the second quarter. As senior Chase Gentry from deep he'll roll. Gentry into the lane, and it's 5 in a row and a 3-goal lead.
Nick Corsi, a very hard player to stop. Very fast, like a gazelle. Running down the lane, catching a wide open pass in the crease and turning around and putting it away.
After only 1 goal for either team in the second quarter, the Bruins now have their third of the third quarter, and they now have the 3-goal lead. Under 3 minutes to go. A lot of threes involved there. And a number 3, Sawyer Brewer, back out there to take the faceoff, as we need to get a ball.
Creek's glad they can gain this momentum, scoring a lot of goals, coming from 4-4 up to 7-4, looking to score more.
As the faceoff men get ready to go. And the Bruins got sticks on it. Who's going to be able to chase down the ground ball? Brewer was going for it. It's taken away by Denver East. Wyatt Rickert. That was Walker, rather, that got the ground ball to set up this play. It's knocked out of the stick. Bruins are able to recover. Ball still on the ground, now up in the air right through the lane. And the Bruins get it back as Jack Moxie takes it across midfield.
Cherry Creek looking to get a touch in the box here, trying not to get a penalty.
So back it comes for Gruters. As Power gets it back on the near side. Knocked out of his stick for just a second. And Power stay with it. Goes to Ben Gruber. Here's Gruber. Got it!
Beautiful right-hand shot by Gruber. Beating his guy, taking it right and swinging it low.
Gruber gets his second of the game, and just like that, the Bruins lead is now all the way up to 4. With 1:29 left to go in the third quarter. Hard to believe after that first half that we started this quarter tied, and now the Bruins have doubled up the Angels' score. 8-4 as the Bruins have broken this game wide open and now scored 5 in a row. Quick shot out of bounds, but the Bruins will be able to set up the offense and try to get goal number 5 this quarter. Gruber, Power, and Nalting all with 2 goals apiece. With Logan Lee and Nick Corsi joining them on the score sheet. So the Bruins switching up some personnel. Power, and Brooks Power that is out there. He's got the ball right now at midfield. So we approach the 1-minute mark to go in the third. Power spins, changes direction. And he'll dump off. Cross field. Thomas Power. Thomas down low, couldn't quite finish the shot. And 2 Bruins right there and able to stay with it. Whitelaw was basically sandwiched, and now he still has it. He's running out of space. He had to let it go, but it comes into the stick of his goalie, Sam Perez. It's a dangerous little play deep in their own end for the Angels. So they have under 30 seconds to go. A good pick there as Pickford is able to get across field. They're going to look for one more with 20 seconds to go.
Pickford using his speed to get that clear all the way up the field and bring it down to East offense.
Pickford, a shot from Bavard goes wide. Bruins will get it back. 11 seconds to go. If they can get a long pass downfield, they might just be able to score. And I think Bernie knows. 5 seconds to go. We'll see if the Bruins get a shot. Oh, it came down low, and that'll do it for 3 quarters. We began the second half tied at 4. We're going to enter the fourth quarter with the Bruins have a 4-goal lead. We're going to take one more break. We'll be back after this on the Cherry Creek Sports Network. Hi, everybody. Welcome to fourth quarter action here on CCSN. Cherry Creek leading Denver East on this Thursday evening, 8-4. 4 goals in that quarter for the Bruins. They outscored Denver East 4-0, and they'll have possession first in the final frame of regulation. As Maloney is cutting in for just a moment, but he's going to circle back as Cherry Creek gets their full offensive personnel on the field.
Good decision by Maloney there to maybe take the lefty shot or to maybe be patient and look for a better opportunity.
Gruder's back deep. His now is on the score sheet. The sophomore becomes the 6th different Bruin to score tonight.
Cherry Creek started off the game a little bit sloppy, dropping a lot of passes, maybe not doing as well as they normally should be, and coming out of halftime scoring double, maybe close to triple of what Denver East has scored in the whole game.
Bruins now outscoring East in the second half, 5-0. East has not scored since the first quarter. They entered the second with a 4-3 lead, haven't scored since. As Brewer wins the faceoff. As Maloney down low. And Harry Maloney to Thomas Power, both who signed yesterday at signing day. So Maloney goes back for Gruters. Gruters back to Power. As Powers found Nalton, who came in from center field. And trying for a second, Owen Burke gets back-to-back goals. 4th different player on the Cherry Creek squad to score 2 tonight. He's got back-to-back. The Bruins' lead is now 6. Dominating here in half number 2, and really have been dominating for the last 3 quarters.
Beautiful goal by Burke. Bringing his defender, looking like he's going to go up, rolls down, puts it away.
Just 90 seconds into this 4th quarter, Bruins have extended their lead all the way to 6. And they had us thinking going into halftime and coming out of the break, we thought East really had a chance here, and now it's a 6-goal game. Brewer will be back out there for yet another faceoff. And Brewer will win it. Brewer moves it to Power. Power's going to slow things down. I think he's going to allow Brewer to get off the field. And Logan Lee will join him as Cherry Creek will get their attackman on. Brewer goes to Bowler. As Cherry Creek will call their play out from the sideline. And look at this from Brian Broler. All the way around. So it was Shinnefield who now goes to Silva. Dylan Silva was hit with the check, but he absorbed it and returned the favor. As 44 for East, who we don't have on the roster, was coming in.
That's actually freshman Quade Marks. Only freshman on East varsity.
Well, there you go. He was going in for the hit, and he got it sent right back his own way, and he gets sent to the ground. East still looking for their first goal of the second half, their first goal since the first quarter. Have gone quiet, and at one point had a 4-2 lead over the Bruins. As Freeman and Pickford go back and forth. As Freeman behind the cage. As Cherry Creek doing a very good job keeping East very far away from the goal. Move behind as East creeping in will shoot, rather just a pass behind the net. Now up top for Pickford. Pickford will shoot and score. Denver East finally on the board for the first time since quarter number 1. They'll make it 10-5 with 8:21 to go. And Pickford will have his second.
Amazing goal by Kevin Pickford. Senior midi, doing a lot for the team, bringing a lot to the table with his quick feet, fast-moving legs, and puts it away.
And we noticed that almost immediately, how speedy he was getting up and down the field, and he put it on display there. And East finally ends their scoring drought that was well over 20 minutes. See how much they have left in the tank, because they're down by 5. And as Rule will keep it in and deliver a pass to Kiefer, who gets it across, was looking for Rule, but it's handled by Hirsch. And now Hirsch will go to Rule. Rule to his right. And now Frederick will come off. And the Bruins will set up the offense. Under 8 to go. Bruins up by 5. Behind the net is Gruber. Gruber trying to creep into the crease, but couldn't quite get there as he was cut off. Instead, he'll just get it to Burke, who's got 2 goals. Trying to fire his third of the game. Sends it wide as Power will handle.
Jump shot by Owen Burke just goes right at the cage. If you could put that away, that's a beautiful goal.
4 players on Cherry Creek with 2 goals. Who's going to be the first to get the hat trick? As Gruder's at midfield. Brady will come on in. Brady with some speed. To his right. And mishandled by Thomas Power. Back the other way for East as Power lost his stick. As crossfield with some space. Shot. What a save by Bernie. Freeman was looking for his second, trying to make it just a 4-goal deficit for his Angels, but now Freeman will get it back. Poked out of his stick. Ground ball, a race for it, trying to get it is Ollie Nalting, and Nalting will come through midfield and come away with it. So Nalting will slow down. Give it to Maloney. Maloney in, shoots, scores! Harry Maloney with his first goal of the game. Bruins lead back up to 6.
Nolting to Maloney. Maloney, beautiful left-hand shot, puts it right through the goalie's legs.
So the Bruins, it's really been a tale of 2 halves. They've absolutely turned it on here in half number 2.
Yeah, it's been a big difference. Kind of starting off a little bit slow, coming into the second half, really putting a lot of goals on the board.
So Frederich will come back out there for the face-off. Cross Rickert, who's been out there taking all of them for Denver East. As Gentry to across midfield. Gentry's going to try to cut in. A little bit of a behind-the-back pass there. As Billings, who was at the volleyball game earlier, now making an appearance on the field here. It's Brooks Power over halfway through the 4th quarter. 6-goal lead for the Bruins, where 7 different players on Cherry Creek have scored tonight. Billings still out there. Billings forced to go one-handed. He is really getting it right now. And Billings is going to get the ground ball, and they're going to call a timeout for Cherry Creek. Billings was getting the business right there. And a good use of a timeout so Cherry Creek can keep possession. But a very good play by the senior attackman. 5:24 to go. Bruins still up 11-5. We'll take a quick break right here on CCSN. Welcome back to quarter number 4 here on CCSN. 5:24 is what's left to go here in the fourth quarter. Bruins lead at 11-5. With possession, bottom of your screen, Brooks Power will take over out of the timeout. As Power elects to go wide. And now Power cutting in. He's got a clear lane at the goal. And what a save! Perez has made some incredible stops tonight. Of course, he's going to come on in. Power looking for someone down low. It's going to come behind the cage for Burke. Burke turnaround shot. That one going to sail through the crease. And Cherry Creek will remain with it with 4:46 to go in the fourth. Steele Billings showed his pretty superb ball handling skills before the last timeout. It's Corsi with it. The nice dodge. Corsi was hit as he threw that pass. And another shot trying to come from behind the cage was Burke, but he coughs it up. He's back on offense. It's Dominic Jordan. And he'll come off after he sent it into the offensive end. Bavard, who's still looking for his third, had 2 in the first quarter. As he's down 6. Trying to find another with under 4 to go in the fourth. Comes to the speedy Pickford. He scored the last Denver East goal, rather. Their first since the first quarter. Pickford shoots. What a save by Bernie! And it almost rolled in. Bernie recovers, comes right in front of the net, and a pretty bad mistake.
Denver East here trying to get it to their playmakers to hopefully get some goals in the net and make a comeback here.
Robert Graham Meyer, the one to score the goal. And the Bruins just coughed it out right in front. And the play a lot of hockey goalies are afraid of when they go behind the net. And ball just gets coughed out in front. And there you have it. East down 5, 3:25 to go. Win a couple faceoffs, and they're still in it. Crick going to be able to come away with it. And into the offensive end. Hirsch cutting in. Hirsch shoots. Hirsch goes wide. Going to be a race for the ball. It's going to be won by the Bruins. And it was Shane Minicini.
Shane Minicini, a great freshman with a lot of talent.
Who I'm going to assume is related to Gabe Minicini, who was on this team a while ago, and Matteo Minicini, who was in CCSN for a period of time.
Great lacrosse family. Overall good kids.
And they're all built incredibly well. They all spend a lot of time in the gym working out. Pure athletes.
Only pure athletes come through Cherry Creek.
Just like you, Loton. Freeman was cutting in. Denver East takes the timeout. They're down. Welcome back to fourth quarter action here on CCSN. 2:42 to go coming out of the Denver East timeout. They trail by 5, have scored only 1 goal since the first quarter. And only 2 goals since the first. Bernie comes up with another big save. And players going all over the place. We got double flags.
Great save by Bernie, 1-0 and stuffs him.
This one's going to be against Cherry Creek as they'll get their penalty killers out there.
Looks like a push in the back.
It's a 5-goal game, 223 rather. As it's one more goal for the Bruins. May just be able to seal it. East may just be in striking distance. They've got a man up, but it's taken away by Kiefer. Kiefer racing downfield. Can the Bruins perhaps get a goal while down a man?
Great fate by Kiefer right there.
Wouldn't that be something? It's Logan Lee. His pass couldn't be received, but Kiefer again, and timeout, Cherry Creek. Under 2 minutes to go, but that was pretty textbook play when you're down a man.
I mean, with Jack Kiefer on the field, it's not very hard to succeed on defense. Duke commit very well on defense and can score on offense.
And Kiefer, a guy who can become very active on offense if he needs to be, and we've seen that quite a few times tonight. Hasn't netted a goal, but has been on the offensive end quite a few times. Logan Lee is the only defenseman with a goal tonight.
Very interesting to see what Cherry Creek will do here. Hopefully, maybe stall with the ball. Try not to let Denver East touch it again with 1:59 left in the game.
7 different Bruins have scored the 11 goals in this one. 4 of them still with 2 goals. No one has broken through with a third. Thomas Power, one of those players with 2 goals, averages 3 on the season. 2 goals for Power, and that's a below-average night. Hard to believe. Bruins looking for win number 8 this season, trying to extend the winning streak to 5 before they host Grandview next Tuesday night. Also next week, they'll travel away. 1:59 to go. Bruins have the ball coming out of the timeout. Still a man down.
Freshman Shane Minicini, very fast player, looking to stall and just run away from all those huge seniors and juniors.
Minicini to Billings. And Billings has it knocked out of his stick. Ball very close to the end line, and it does indeed come out. East will have the ball, but the penalty time is over.
East looking to double, maybe triple the ball to get the ball back on offense and try and put a few in the net.
1:30 to go. Bruins lead by 5. And cutting in, a shot over the net came from Freeman. And the Bruins get the ball. Did they win the chase there, Loton?
Yeah, Peyton Burney. Not too known to be a fast individual, but clearly he can outrun a few Denver East attackmen.
Good play by Burney to get the Bruins the ball back as we approach the 1-minute point in the fourth quarter as the Bruins get ready. Behind the net is Corsi. Really not trying to do anything, but is the subject of some pretty extreme defense. And timeout. Cherry Creek, perhaps? Nope. East will get the ball back. 40 seconds to go. As it's Perez with the ball. He's up to the task of handling Max Branish, rather. And 25 seconds to go. East may try to score one more. And down goes one of their players. That is going to be a penalty. And in some pain looks to be Dominic Jordan. And he'll get up. He jogs off. Looks to be okay. 18 seconds to go. As this one is just about over. As East will have the ball. Wouldn't be surprised if they tried to fire off a couple more shots, try to make it just a 4-goal deficit. As Freeman will handle. Into the lane. Knocked out of the stick. Comes to Pickford. And Cherry Creek comes out with it. Kiefer will send it all the way downfield. 4 seconds to go. Clock will stop with 2. And that will do it from the Stutler Bowl. Cherry Creek, after a slow start, excels to an 11-6 victory over Denver East to earn their 5th win in a row. They go to 8-1 on the season, while Denver East drops to 2-5. Loton, your final thoughts on tonight's game?
I think it was a great game, a high-scoring game. Creek expected coming to this game. A lot of their powerhouse players like Powers averaging a hat trick a game, having a great game. It's a high-scoring team. Great game.
Ben Gruber, Thomas Power, Ollie Nalting, and Owen Burke, all with 2 goals, while Nick Corsi, Harry Maloney, and Logan Lee joined them on the score sheet. Once again, 7 Bruins responsible for the 11 goals scored this evening. A slow start. Halftime, it was just 4-4, and then Cherry Creek outscores Denver East in the second half, 7-2. For Lotan Chani, the whole CCSN crew, I'm Benjamin Paris. Thanks for joining us on this beautiful Thursday night in Greenwood Village. The Bruins win it, and we'll see you next week right here on CCSN. Have a good evening.